Here's how to improve error handling in your Bubble app. And in this example, I'll be using the OpenAI Responses API, but you could use this across any third-party services where you might get an error, and that's going to frustrate your users. It could be as simple as accidentally deleting the wrong API key, to running out of credit, to not getting the right response back. For example, I work with Claude tools in JSON mode a lot, and sometimes the output is not it basically can't generate the structured output that I desire, in which case it will throw an error. So in this Bubble tutorial video, I'm going to show you how we can improve error handling for our users when using an AI API. But if you want to learn more about everything that I've just said, you can become a Planet No Code member by clicking the link down in the description to get access to all of our videos. So let me give you a quick demo of what's going on here. I've got a very minimalist chat, so I can say, what is the capital of France? And I'm going to click send. And I'm using GPT-4o Mini, so it's nice and quick, and I get back my response. Now, in order to simulate an error, what I'm going to do is delete my API key. So I'm going to copy that to my clipboard and go back to my app. And so now I'm going to get a really ugly browser error message. So I'm going to say something like, plan a trip to France in 3 concise points. And I'm going to get an ugly browser alert there. Now, wouldn't it be, you could get, I've already listed some reasons why you can get an error. Another reason can be outage. These services go out. And now, if you want to have kind of fallback protection, I think you can do that with Cloudflare, AI Gateway. I'm personally really liking Portkey AI, and you can also use HelloCode. So it's good to have a backup to your AI. But let's say we just want to show that in a better way for our users. So I'm going to go into my data and just clean up those messages. And here's the change you can make to do it. And here's what you need to know about it, because I've learned the hard way. We want to say include errors in response and allow workflow to continue. This is especially vital if you have a back-end workflow, because everything else is likely to fail if your first request is to an AI to generate some content and then you do a whole host of other things on it, you're just going to end up with a really difficult trail to track down. Again, you can make this easier by using like an AI observation or a logging app like Portkey or HelloCode to track the errors. Yeah, we're going to just say include errors in response. And then here's the thing that caused me loads of trouble. You have to reinitialize the call, and that's because it changes the structure. It adds in additional values. In fact, I need to put the API key back in. It adds in the values, extra values. I don't think I saved it. Let me just try that again. Oh, right. I didn't have my API key in my clipboard correctly. There we go. Maybe I was just being impatient. So what it does, and this is why it will just break things, and why you will now need to go through and fix it, and you might need to go ahead and turn on issue tracking and backend workflows, particularly if you were using backend workflows to generate content with AI to make it more convenient for your users. It changes all of the parameter names because it adds in body, and it does that because it also adds in error, and so we get back error body here. Oh yeah. So and we get back status message. So interesting, yeah, we get back a Boolean value, a yes, no, or does it return an error? And it's false because there is no error. So I'm going to click save. Because if I now go into my workflow, you'll see that has broken my saving the response, because it's changed those the key names of the response parameters. So I just need to plug this back in. So it's now body. It wasn't body before. Outputs, first items, contents, first items, text. Again, I'm using the responses endpoint to do this. If you're using chat completion, it's going to be slightly different to this. So let's just check that it's now working. On a trip to France in a haiku. Spell that wrong. There we go. I just want it to be brief. Cool. And now what we'll do is we're going to save the response if there is an error. So I'm going to say make changes to a thing. So this is our assistant response. and I'm going to say when the OpenAI error, not error body, error, returned an error is yes, we're going to write something different in the text. And so I could use arbitrary text for this, and I can simply say there was an error, and then I could print the error code. And this is just going to make it so much easier for you to go back through the database, view error logs, that sort of thing, just to know what's going on. And so we'll say error, and we'll say, in fact, let's just print everything here so we see what we get back. We've got status code, status message gone. That'll do. So I'm going to refresh it, and let's see how this looks instead. So we'll say, what is the capital of France? Did I remove the API key in order to force an error? No, I didn't. Right. Wait that. Refresh that. Okay, and we get back an error. And then, of course, we can do all sorts of things with that. We could show an alert to the user. We could dynamically style it. For example, what we could do is we could add a field, say returned error. Yes, no. So that's yes. And then you can do all sorts, but we can just say, so when current sales message returned error is yes, we can make the background color red. Don't need to do that one. Okay, this is going to be ugly, but hopefully it gives you an idea of how you can communicate to your users that there has been an error. And it's not going to work because I need to send a new call. I'll say, what is the time? And we get back our error message, and it started as we wanted. So there you go. That's how you can do better error handling in Bubble by enabling the where is it gone? Enabling include errors in response and allow workflow actions to continue. And to be honest, yeah, I've been building with Bubble since 2017. I think I should have been doing this from the start. So this is something that I regret not including in all my previous videos where I've used the Bubble API connector, because it's just so useful to have the data of what the error is in front of you when it comes to debugging your Bubble app, especially in backend workflows. It makes it so much easier if you just save it, even if you don't have it public facing to your user facing. Just save the error message and the error responses so that you've got them and you can find out what's going on and what's gone wrong and why your users are getting frustrated and your app isn't working.